Tonight I'm in Newcastle. I'm here with Kelly. Kelly contacted me a few days ago amid some very serious concerns. She may actually have paranormal activity going on in her home. Kelly, when did all this start?
Well, it started when I was younger in two different houses to this one.
Okay.
But it got worse when I moved in here 4 years ago.
Was there any catalyst? Did anything that did it start after a particular event? Any house alterations or anything like that? Is there anything you can associate with when all this began?
I had done a Ouija board with a friend at my mum's house.
You did a Ouija board?
Yeah.
Okay. How long ago was that?
I think I was about 12.
You was about 12?
Yeah, I think.
So are you saying to me now that you've had things happening since you was 12 years old?
Yeah, but at first I didn't really pay much attention to it. It's mainly like since I moved here where I've realised that it's...
Oh, why is that, do you think?
I've never really believed it, really. I think I was always looking for a reasonable explanation until I moved here.
Okay, based on my interview with you, it's quite in depth on the phone. We've had a couple of chats. Since you've been in this property, the activity's increased quite a lot, hasn't it? For some reason which we don't actually know.
Yeah.
One of the things that you reported to me was the door in the bathroom was being slammed so hard it actually came out of its hinge. I think it'd probably be an idea if you can actually show us around in a few minutes. How many children have you got?
4.
4 ages?
1.5, 5, 11 and 16.
Okay, so that must be quite concerning for you.
Yeah.
You contacted me, obviously, I'm here. Have you spoken or contacted anybody before, the clergy or anybody else?
I have spoke to a medium and I've had a priest in as well.
Tell me about the medium.
Well, she came out, done a reading for us.
A reading?
Yeah, she says that she had to do a reading as well.
Okay, so why would a reading be associated with the reason that she'll be here to help you?
I don't know, I didn't understand that part. She done the reading first and then she cleansed the house afterwards.
Okay, and what was the result of this reading?
She was saying that my 5-year-old daughter is psychic. She couldn't really pick up on like the black shape that we've actually like seen and stuff like that. She was just saying it was like a grandmother figure.
Okay, and so she did this reading for whatever reason. Did she charge for that?
Yeah.
Interest? She did. How much?
£25.
Okay. Then she cleansed the house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The result, well, obviously it didn't work very well. If it works at all, did it?
No. The following night I went up the stairs to check on my daughter who was asleep, and I seen the black shape type of thing like run across the landing.
Okay. From there, what was your next course of action? Did you contact anybody else?
I phoned the medium back, and she came back with another man the following day.
Okay.
But they just said there wasn't anything here. Said it was in my mind as well.
Okay. Right, Kelly, I can tell you that it's not all in your mind. You still have got somebody here. Earlier, we've just literally been here a matter of minutes, but earlier I did actually take a recording of sorts. Quite a loud one, not actually clear what's being said though, are we?
Yeah.
It was like a test recording, wasn't it? Shall we play that now, Kelly?
Yeah.
Tonight, I would explain to you what you may encounter. These replies may get louder.
Yeah.
Well, undoubtedly they will. Some of them will be loud and clear, others will be not so clear and not so loud. On occasion, when I come out to see clients, you will hear a voice, these are whispers coming literally out of the air. I've already prepared you for that in case that happens. My job is not to scare you or to frighten you, but you wanted the truth.
Yeah.
You are going to get the truth tonight, Kelly. Okay.
Yeah.
Your partner, previous partner, ex-partner, he was very sceptical of your claims at first, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Okay. Did something happen to change his mind?
Yeah. The bathroom door was off its hinge at the time. It was broke. We were sitting downstairs. The kids were out. And then we just suddenly heard the bathroom door slam shut. But it's like a slidey door as well, so
you say that. Yeah, you say. It's a slidey door, so it wouldn't it would literally physically more or less have to be moved. It's not going to move. Sliding doors generally don't move because of draft, do they?
No.
Is it in rails, top and bottom? Is it one of them types that you put across? Okay. If it was a normal one, then the next question would be, was there any windows at the time, or there could be some other explanation for that? There may still be some other explanation, but what we'll do is, we'll test that door when you go upstairs and you show me. We'll see how easy it moves of its own accord. That's one thing that I think we should look at. Is there any particular time of day or night when you seem to experience activity more than
it's normally
any other?
between around about 2 and half, 4ish, I would say, where the smoke alarms just always go off between 3 and 4.
Are we talking AM or PM?
Yeah.
In the morning?
Yeah.
Okay. That's quite convenient for us then, because we will be here during that time. Sometimes you do find energy is stronger, sometimes different times of day or evening than others, and there is sometimes particular times associated with stronger activity. Kelly, you mentioned earlier a black shadow.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I was lying in bed one night and I heard like a creaking on the landing, like the normal creak that we hear. And when I opened my eyes, I seen like a dark black shape walk past my bedroom door towards my daughter's bedroom.
Was there any lights on at the time?
The landing light was on.
Oh, so you clearly saw. Yeah, could it have been a shadow?
No, the landing light's quite bright because I have to keep it on for my daughters because they won't let us turn the light out.
Oh, what time was that?
I think it was around about 2 in the morning.
How did that make you feel?
Scared. Worried about my daughters as well, we were going towards their room.
Was you on your own at that time?
Yeah.
You was. So what did you do?
At first I tried to, don't know really, it was just, I think I was a bit frozen at first, and then I got up and went in to check on my daughters to make sure they were okay. And it just was nothing there then.
Have you at any stage brought the clergy into this situation to help?
I've had a priest in.
Oh, you've had a priest?
Yeah.
Okay. What did he do? What did he say? What did he think?
Well, it didn't say much really, he took all on the landing, made us say a prayer. He just says he felt that the house was quite calm. That was pretty much it really, just to get in touch if anything else happened, but...
Okay, so he didn't actually witness anything himself,
No.
and he thought it felt quite calm. That's quite interesting because people have different levels of sensitivity to things. Some people feel things, especially spiritual things, a lot stronger, spirit presence than other people. It's a little bit like if you and I went outside and you'd say, oh God, it's really freezing, and I said, oh, I think it's quite mild. It's all to do with sensitivity, so you will get different reports from different people. Right, I think we mentioned earlier the sliding door. Can you show me that now?
Yeah.
Having now heard Kelly's version of events, it was time to go upstairs and investigate a little further.
Okay, so this is it.
Yeah.
Sorry, can I just... Is that what it did?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it did.
Yeah, but at the time the door had actually dropped, so it was on the floor and you had to lift it to put
Really?
it down as well.
Have I just broke your door, Kelly?
No, that's back.
It will come back on, okay, that's quite a relief. How much force was behind it? Was it about what I just did, or was it
Yeah,
slower?
but like I say, at the time it was on the floor, so you had to literally lift the door and slide it along.
The door actually came off and was on the floor?
No, at the beginning,
Yeah.
the door was actually broke, so it was like on the floor at the bottom, and to
Yeah,
use
so
the
lift
door
it.
you had to lift it and pull it, and it just shut by
So
itself.
originally, are you telling me at that time it didn't slide as easy as this?
No, you had to lift it.
You
and
had to
shut
lift
along.
it to move it?
Yeah.
I could see that if Kerry's recollection was correct, it would have been quite impossible for the door to slam very, very hard without some kind of extreme force.
This one over here.
Can I take a look?
Yeah.
This was the area where both Kelly and the children had seen a dark shadow passing and moving along the landing.
Let's put the lights off. Okay, she was in here, that banged, you came out to have a look. You found that, yeah. Tell me about the shadow, because obviously this is the room.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say the light was on?
Yeah.
And you saw a shadow. Where did you see the shadow?
It like walked past here through into that room.
Okay. Can I ask you a question? How did you see the shadow walk across into that room when your bed is there?
Your bed was next to the window at the time.
Right, so you've since moved your bed. It's an obvious question because your bed's obviously beyond the door, so,
Yeah.
you know. Same place.
Yeah. Apart from my 5-year-old, she's seen it in a few different places.
This is quite important to me. Every time that they've seen it, it's been going the same way.
Mm-hmm.
What does a 5-year-old? How does a 5-year-old describe something like that? What did she actually say?
First it was, I thought she was just dreaming about it.
Is that what you actually said to her? You was just dreaming?
Yeah.
Go back to sleep or watch that first? Okay.
And I think she was about 2.5 and I says, so what does the man look like? And she says he's in red. But last year when I asked her about it, she says no, his skin's red. But it's the same man every time, but she's seen it in different forms.
Is that during the night, particular time as well?
Mainly when she goes to bed at night time. She
Okay, so
normally
what-
lies flat with a quilt over her head as well.
Okay, so what did you say to her when she described this?
At first I just thought she was having nightmares, but after a while she had actually seen him like awake as well. She saw her in her bed, which was just there.
But how did you explain that to her? Did you say, oh, it must be the ghost? Or did you
No, I
try
just tried to like tell her that. I was
just try and smudge over it a
down.
little bit? Okay, how old is she now?
She's 5 now.
So even if it was the case, she wouldn't really have any fear as such, would she?
No,
Not
she
knowing
was
what it
just
is
mentioning
or
it,
understanding.
yeah.
So would you say, Mummy, I saw the thing in my room or something, or words to that effect?
No, she used to normally say I had a dream about it.
Okay. And she may have done.
Uh,
To be honest with you, 2.5-year-old, when I was little, 2.5-year-old, I can remember opening my eyes and still see things around my bedroom.
yeah.
That was a dream. They have night terrors, they have all sorts. I'm not trying to take anything away from what she reported, but we have to, obviously, these are real possibilities.
Yeah, it was difficult to tell.
Yeah, and especially the way that a child of that age describes something or interprets something even. It's a lot different to you telling me what you saw.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to bear that in mind and not get too concerned about that at this stage. All right.
This is me 5-year-old daughter's and me 11-year-old daughter's room.
Okay. How convinced are you of what you actually saw?
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Was there any sound or anything with this?
Apart from the footsteps I heard at first, that's what made us open my eyes. And then
Okay, tell me about the footsteps.
you can hear them coming up the stairs around the top of the landing, and then you can hear it creaking along the floor towards this room.
It was now time to head back downstairs. When we got there, we found Tony and Jodie with an occurrence that they, at this time, were struggling to explain.
Yeah, when you and Tony was outside, you'd been gone outside for about 10 minutes at least, and I was talking to Kelly, and we heard a bang, didn't we, over in the corner near the TV, and, well, we both heard it because it was quite loud, wasn't it? And then, literally a few seconds later, I seen the handbag on the pushchair swinging, but it was like a random swing. It just started, well, as what I can remember, and then I paused, and then I asked Kelly, I said, do you ever see anything move in the living room? And then she said that she sees shadows and things, but yeah, it was definitely not, we weren't doing it before. And then I thought it might have been the wind, but I've tried the door to see if that's moved it, but it didn't.
So this is the bag, is it, Jodie?
Yeah.
And how much was it swinging? That much or more or less?
A bit more than that.
More than that?
It could have been, yeah. It was, yeah, about like that.
What, and that just started?
Yeah.
Okay, Tony, just open and waff the door.
It's getting up now, so there's a breeze coming up, but there was quite a few gusts of wind that came in.
But according to Jodie, that moved a hell of a lot more
Well,
than
yeah,
just wafting that
But there was a
door.
bang as well.
But it also accompanied by a bang.
Quite a loud bang.
Yeah, I mean, certainly the breeze we're getting now through here is what we had outside, and so far that bag ain't moving.
Alright guys, I'm just going for a quick walk around the house just to get a base reading on this. It's actually doing nothing whatsoever at the moment.
Okay, let's just take a look at that clip again. myself and Tony were the only males on the investigation, yet the camera has picked up this very clear voice, which sounds something like, "What if he goes up again?" Some kind of disembodied voice somewhere in the vicinity of the actual camera, which was obviously not me or Tony.
So we're taking some base readings. We've switched off the skybox. We've switched off the broadband. We're reading something there, but there's no digital alarm clocks or anything I can see that cause that. Okay guys, I've just a little sweep round the smog meter, nothing significant. There's a little reading in your bedroom doorway. Have you got a digital alarm clock or anything in there? I didn't actually see anything digital that would actually cause to affect this. No, I couldn't see anything. So it's picking up something. What we'll do is, when we've turned all the lights out, we'll go around again as we walk around, because you could have something affecting it because the lights are on. So depending on what bulb you've got in as well, that can actually make a difference. So we'll crack on now and we'll put the lights out. Okay. Yeah. You mentioned you saw the bag moving earlier. We've switched the skybox and everything off. I've got the smog meter. I'm going to put it near the bag. If there's any movement on the bag and it happens to coincide with any spike on this, that could be interesting. So you'll be filming it with a night vision camera.
Okay.
And Tony will also be covering it with his camera. Yeah. Okay guys. In the meantime, me and Kelly will go upstairs and see if we can find out any solutions to or answers to what you've experienced.
Yeah.
Put that there. Bags in view. Okay guys, me and Kelly will go upstairs and we'll leave you down here for a few minutes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, we're obviously on the landing now. Jodie and Tony are just checking out and trying a few things in the living room. Kelly, you were just saying that you feel a little bit nervous on this spot.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel like that every time you come up here, or is it just at night time?
It's through the day as well sometimes,
Is
mostly night times, but
Okay. But you are totally prepared for anything that we might receive on these?
yeah.
Okay. Do you ever feel anything?
Yeah, it's normally when I get to the step here, it just feels heavy and as if there's something
Do
here.
you feel anything now at all? If not, just say so. I'm just trying to establish how sensitive you are to it, that's all.
Feel a little bit as if
Okay.
it's like close type thing.
Close type thing. Alright. Okay, well, it's very, very simple. Kelly has seen somebody, something, crossing the bedroom door on the landing here. Can anybody tell me anything about that?
For those of you that follow my work, you will already be aware who Becky is. Having asked about the shadow on the landing that Kelly was reporting, here Becky can be heard to say, "It is not the demons." This, just moments later, was followed by another recording, which appeared to sound like somebody saying, "Get out."
What do you hear there?
Get out.
You alright?
Yeah.
I did tell you that you would. And they will get loud.
Kelly was hearing the same as me, and this was followed by yet another recording. This time, it sounds like, "We are living here."
Yeah, but
The last word is here, which breaks up.
Yeah.
Can you, what's it saying?
Sounds like we live here.
Oh, you've got we live here, I'm getting we are living here. I'll play it again.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think up to now? Do you think you're hearing voices in there?
Yeah.
Okay, and is there things there that you can hear quite clearly?
Yes.
I think now we should just spend a few minutes in your daughter's bedroom. Because this is obviously where you said this shadow or mass or whatever seemed to come to on 2 occasions each time you saw it. So come in here now and let's just see if we can get some information.
It was just after I'd asked any possible spirits in the property if they would like to come with me, something rather peculiar happened.
Thank you. What's that flashing on there?
Oh, it's a witch's nose. How's that flashing?
Hmm?
How's that flashing?
I don't know. How does it flash? Let me just grab it.
You have to push it.
You have to push it.
Yeah.
That wasn't... That cannot flash unless you hold it. Was that flashing when you actually picked it up then? Well, I mean, hold it in your hand. Was it on camera? I'm hoping that was actually on camera. This certainly wasn't flashing when we came into the room, was it?
No.
I looked to my left and it certainly was flashing, and Kelly just says, how is that flashing? Because you have to press it. I've just picked it up and pressed it and it stopped flashing. It's very, very apparent that you do have to press it in order for it to flash. It doesn't even stick, does it? It's not like a sticky mechanism. That was clearly flashing. Now that's not actually stuck with, that wasn't even trapped between anything. That was just sitting on the bed like that, wasn't it? The sort of things that you've been reporting is things like this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, we can't say for certain that any divine... No, it can't actually stick at all. Looking at the mechanism, I can see in there, Kelly. You can see the button there. It's literally... Okay, that's actually quite interesting. That's all we can say is at the minute it's interesting. We don't actually know that what was happening, but as why that would be flashing, I've actually no explanation because it's not sticking, it wasn't trapped between.
With no suitable explanation as to why this would have activated, and with the witch's nose firmly in hand, I decided to go downstairs and check on the rest of the team.
Hello?
Anything to report?
Yes?
Yes?
Yes.
Hang on, sir.
We've been, I wouldn't say, we've been hearing the clicks and that. Now I have to put that down to the TV cooling off because I can't,
Hang on.
No, I know.
The TV wasn't on when we came, was it?
No, it wasn't, but the way it taps, it's only a one tap, it's not a double tap, it's just a one tap. So I'm considering that it's just electronics cooling down and it's next to a window because we asked for double taps, never happened.
Well, okay.
However, coming away from that, we felt something that was in the room and we asked if it was female and the lights lit up, they went to red.
Okay.
And we've had an open communication with this female for the last 5 minutes, haven't we, Jodie?
Yeah.
And she's lit the lights up to red.
What, every time?
Every time. It's gone up to red.
Would you agree with that, Jodie?
Yeah.
Was it that apparent?
It was, yeah. And then when I asked if it was female, that's when it lit up.
Okay, so it's not actually conclusive. We can't prove, obviously, that it was a spirit interaction there, but what is quite interesting is the fact I did a sweep earlier and it was just on green basically all the time. I can't think why it would peak. If it was next door's broadband or something,
no, it wouldn't.
It would be on all the time.
Yeah, it would.
It would be on all the time. All right, Tony, show what you got.
What we're going to is just speed it up a little bit because where the
amber lights or that red lights, but not for long periods. Come on. Oh, thank you. We have lots of lights. Well done.
Thank you. Really appreciate
Is that the female?
There we go.
Excellent. Hello, my dear.
Okay, I'm going to. Oh, I'm buzzing all over it in a minute.
We're going to try and do your voice recording. See if you can shout out.
Can you stay here with us, please? I want to try and.
Okay, so show me that footage later. What I find interesting about that is it was only lighting when he was actually asking questions. When you stopped asking questions, it just
faded down, which is what we were trying earlier on, but we had the green light was flickering, but it wasn't getting anything else, and we then said, look, it's not going to harm you, we're not here to harm you. If you, the closer you get to that, the more lights go up. And I said, and if you can make the lights go up, we can open the communication. And that's when we asked the questions and you saw the reaction.
carry on.
Right, so this is zoomed in. We asked the question, which you can hear.
Okay, let's try something else. Can you make the lights go on now, just to show you're here? Still. Because we can't continue if you're not here. Make the lights flash, like you did before.
Having viewed Tony's footage, there is no doubt that the lights on the device seem to flash and correspond each time, and only when a question was asked. Of course, we cannot prove, and we do not know if it was actual spirit communication, as was the situation with the toy nose. But all the same, it was very, very interesting.
Tony and Jodie also said that they seem to think there might be a lady in here. So let's just see if we can get anything interesting. Becky, if you can hear me, well, I know you can hear me, but if you can reply to me, it'd be good. This house, Kelly's now aware that she's sharing it, shall we say. Can you tell her, can you reassure her that the spirit people here are okay and that she and her children are safe? Yeah. If you can give us a sentence, Becky, like, yes, you will be alright, something that I can hear, or just say 27 or something like that. So let's try that now. So that's just coming out and put that back in.
And once again, it was now time to hear from Becky.
Right, I asked Becky specifically, I can put that down here, to give us a phrase. If it's safe, say something clear that I can hear, didn't I?
Yeah.
And I said a specific sentence, didn't I, for her to say, which... Yeah. If you can give us a sentence, Becky, like, yes, you will be alright. I knew that was Becky straight away. Tony heard it as well, didn't you, what I heard? And you're hearing that.
That would be alright, bit clear. So.
That would be alright, yeah. You're smiling now, you weren't when we got here. What do you think of that? Because that is quite something, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Just shocked us, really.
You're shocked? Yeah. We've had some very, very interesting replies tonight.
Mm-hmm.
When I came and told you what to expect, you kind of, I think it's fair to say, took it with a pinch of salt, but you remained open-minded.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to automatically believe what I tell you. We've not been doing it that long, and we're getting answers for you. What I'm going to do now is, I think we should send Jodie upstairs on her own, because quite often a female will speak to a female.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like you lot do.
Yeah.
You know, it's women nattering, isn't it? Anyway, I'll cut that. No, I won't really. So, can you do that, Jodie? Can you go upstairs?
Yeah, of course.
Take the camera. Take this one.
Take my
Take the recorder. What I'd like you to do is actually do it on the landing,
Okay.
because that's where we had the strongest voices, wasn't it? Also, that toy that's flashing.
Yeah.
Pass that over. This is. It's a witch's nose. It is a witch's nose.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at? This is a witch's nose, and not a real witch. But this is what was laying on the bed when we went in, and it wasn't flashing. And then, for no apparent reason, actually, when I asked a question, "Do you want to come with me?" As far as I'm aware, I think that's when it started. he started doing that. Kelly's already pointed out that it cannot do that unless you press it, and indeed it doesn't stick. So that actually is the case. So I think Jodie should take this upstairs with her, just in case, because let's just say open-mindedly that maybe they could have made it flash. If Jodie comes down and reports that that started flashing again of its own accord, yeah, that's significant. Okay, is that okay, Jodie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant. So you just take that and you take the recorder.
Where's the recorder?
It's flashing. Kelly, you saw that, didn't you?
Yeah.
She didn't do anything, did she?
Yeah, she got hold of the string.
She
just
held it by the
string.
string and it started flashing. That is what it was doing to her. Jodie was holding that like that. No, I can't.
We didn't knock it, did we?
No, you didn't. No, it doesn't matter if you do knock it.
I took it by the string.
Yeah, hang on. Not done that to Witch's nose before. Jodie was holding that literally by the string, and as you saw, Kelly, okay, it's not on camera because when it started, but we have got witnesses, haven't we? And it just started flashing, and you didn't even see it, did you?
Try and hold it again.
Just to take. Hang on. Before you do that,
Yeah.
let me put the camera on.
Wait a minute, I'll do it from
Pass your video camera, Jodie.
Oh, you got it there. It's just there.
Oh, we cannot make that flash, can we?
No.
All right. Right, I'm going to put this on.
But the thing is, to make it flash continuous, you have to hold it.
You have to
down.
hold it down,
You
and
can't
that's
just
what we
like-
said
you can't
upstairs. Jodie, take the nose. Just hold it for a second. Yeah, we was talking about the nose, and it just started flashing.
Make it flash, please.
It's not going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it now because we want it to.
Camera shy.
But you cannot make that flash, can you?
We tried.
Right, Jodie, take that upstairs. Take this camera. You have to do it like that.
Yeah. Thank you. Alright, see you in a bit.
Jodie's just gone upstairs now with the recorder, with the camcorder, and with the flashing toy. We'll call it a toy. Kelly, that was interesting, wasn't it? As well. What do you make of that, Tone?
Yeah, you were just talking about Jodie going upstairs and taking the witch's nose with it, and you were actually bashing it and trying to get it to switch on, and you said the only way to do it is pushing it, and it was switched off at the time, and you just simply
Handed it by the string.
handed by the string, yeah, to Jodie. Jodie picked it up a little bit under your fingers with the string, and as soon as she picked it off, it started to flash, and it was flashing quite quickly, and give it back to you, and it was still flashing.
But the thing is, Tony, we can't replicate that. We cannot make it do that, which I find extremely interesting. That coupled with the fact with the lights on the flashing on the smog meter earlier,
Well, absolutely.
that is pretty interesting.
It's interesting because the fact is that after you physically switched it off, you bashed it again, and we could not get it to switch
we just
back
couldn't
on.
get it to work.
So yeah, you know, it's one of those things that you can't explain, and
Who knows?
unknown.
Tony?
Who knows?
Okay, it's your turn. It's your moment, Joes.
Now.
We'll just sit and watch.
Oh, why'd you have to do that?
Good love it.
Okay.
Right.
Don sent me upstairs on my own with the night vision recorder to see if I can get anything on my own. It was quite strong up there. Every recording that I did, I got a recording. One in particular that is quite interesting. I'll play it for you now. Bit of a mouthful.
Right, we're back. We are heading off. Well, me and Jodie's heading off back to Leicester in probably about 15 minutes. Tony's not heading off very far because he now lives in Newcastle. It's fair to say it's been a very intriguing night and quite eye-opening in many respects. How do you feel now? Because you was extremely nervous. Actually, you put on a good front. Yeah, I know, but I kind of see through that to a certain extent. You was really quite nervous, more than you was letting on when I initially got here, wasn't you? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, you just told me something which is really quite alarming. Can you just repeat that for the camera? What happened?
I had to get in touch with a medium and says about like things that's been happening in the house, and she told us that it was a bad entity.
A bad entity? Yeah. Which is clearly not the case.
No.
You've not experienced anything negative aimed towards you or your family, have you?
No.
This evening you've not heard any unpleasant voices.
No.
All you've heard is people trying to talk to you, basically. I know you found that quite shocking to start with. How do you feel now?
I feel better about it now.
Now you know there's nothing here that's going to hurt you
Yeah.
or your family. It is great concern that people will come in and tell you you've got an evil entity, charge you a few quid, and then just disappear into the night.
Yeah, and just leave us to it.
And just leave you to it. That must have had a real effect on you.
Yeah, I was terrified.
After that encounter you was terrified.
Yeah, I've obviously heard a lot of stories about entities and what they're capable of, and obviously was seeing something going into my daughter's room, and I was terrified in case like something started happening to them.
Do you know what? There is some bad stuff around. I'm not going to lie to you, but you've probably read about quite bad cases. There's not that many if you actually think about it. It's not the sort of thing you read every day in the paper, is it?
No.
Someone's been attacked or they've got a poltergeist or you beat them or something like that. So them cases do exist, but they are, by comparison to what I consider normal, if there's such a thing, they are extremely rare. Certainly not the case here. You've got a lovely family. You should be very happy, you know. You know that there's guys here. You now accept that.
Yeah.
Well, am I putting words in your mouth? You tell me.
No, I'm fine as long as now I know that they're not here to harm me or my kids.
And we've had some absolutely fantastic replies tonight. Becky, come on. Yeah, Becky's got another phone, hasn't she? Yeah. What was it she said? Well, she repeated what I said, if that was the case, didn't she? I can't remember what it was now. Was it everything will be alright? Everything's alright?
Along those lines.
Or something. So, listen, you've got my number. Anything changes, stay in touch. Any questions, stay in touch. In the meantime, Kelly, it's been great to meet you. And I'm glad you're feeling a lot better now. It's your words. I'm not going to put words in your mouth. This is your 20-30 seconds from the heart. It's you.
Theme.
Tone, we'll leave to do this on our own, mate. Because that way she don't feel pressured to say anything.
She's got a big light and a camera in front of her.
No, she's fine. Come on, I'll leave her alone for a minute.
Daunting.
I'm really grateful to Don, everybody for coming all this way to help us. Obviously I've been terrified for the last 4 years, living with thinking there was an entity in my home. And obviously the mediums didn't help. Just if anybody feels frightened or feels like there is something in their home, don't be scared to ask for help.
You found that episode very interesting and enjoyed it. Join me again soon on another episode on Supernatural Files. If you like what I do, you like my work, and you wish to support this channel, please do subscribe.